Alright, I'm going to do a little follow-up here now that we have the body off. First thing is we're probably going to ditch these lights. They're pretty cheesy and I really don't think they belong on this build. You see these airbags mount in a unique way. We're going to be ditching these and going with a Metalcloak 3.5-inch game changer with 6-pack shocks. We're going to power wash the chassis. On the top of your fuel tank, I have seen these buried with mud and debris, especially from flood vehicles. So you're going to want to clean that up. We're going to be removing these level sensors on the suspension. We're going to be removing this vehicle speed sensor for the airbag. I'm sorry, the air suspension. Here's the EGR valve, which is so difficult to get to with the body on. You can see it's exposed. The LSs, most of the Gen 4 LSs do not run EGR valves. They have combustion chambers designed to reduce NOx, so they're really not necessary in the Gen 4 LS. This is a OR transfer case. You can tell by this large front planetary. That is your transfer case range sensor, and you will notice that comes up and goes into this C100 harness we talked about on top. Here's those connectors that we saw. You can see this supercharger takes a lot of room up. Here's your map sensor. That wouldn't be fun to replace with the body on. This is actually your rotors here. This exhaust will come out. We'll put new 2.5-inch exhaust with some bullet converters, 7-inch bullet converters in this. We are going to run upstream and downstream O2s. This is a interesting setup. This is a York compressor that has been adapted for the air suspension, and it has an electronic clutch, so it engages when the air system needs air pressure. Very unique setup. Somebody put a lot of time in this. Oh, I did want to mention on the power steering lines, if you choose not to cut them, you can take this 10 millimeter bolt off and remove this block. It does make the job a lot easier. We don't reuse these coolers, so we just cut the lines. But if you choose to reuse the transmission cooler for your power steering or whatever, you can take that bolt off the bottom of the condenser and then remove the lines like this. And then of course we're going to have, while the body's off, we're going to have a lot of opportunity to clean all this wiring up. We're really big on keeping the wiring clean because that's what makes it a reliable swap. You want to route everything as far away from the exhaust as you can and away from moving parts. So when you see this with the LS3, will actually look a lot less cluttered. Actually, it will look smaller. Ironically, this engine without the blower is about 203 horsepower. The LS3 is about 430, weighs about the same, and takes a lot less space up. So we'll be removing the engine and powertrain here real shortly, and we'll get a video up on that.